don't it want to play? I'm having a few issues with the overlay. That should do. Right, we should be ready. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and even you, Decorous Jacob, in the chat. Thank you, Jaffa, for the dry update. We're at the semi-final stage here in BFE, and what no better place to do it than the home of F1 Motorsport itself at Silverstone. Between this highly anticipated contest between AMS and NRX. Joining me in the box tonight, the one, the only, the owner of BFE, Decorous Caesar. Caesar, good evening.
Good evening, Rose. Yeah, it's his first semi-final. I'm quite excited for this because it's a very big match, AMS versus NRX. Of course, on the mighty Silverstone circuit. Drivers are getting out for qualifying. It looks like it will be a dry qualifying. And yeah, let's go. I'm good.
Good evening to everyone in the chat. Everyone's flooded in now. 28 viewers live. Let's shout out some people. Decorous Jacob, Moo Moo Milk. Hi, Badders here. Badders, lovely for you to join us. Lando, race winner last night in SEC. Congratulations. Good result there. So 18 minutes of qualifying and a 50% race coming your way. Already cars out on track. Caesar, who's your tip for pole tonight?
To be honest, that's going to be a very big bet because yeah, what I expect from these drivers, most of them will be almost at the same level. But for pole, I think you would guess AMS MXR or maybe Jacob or maybe Loveland or Term to take it. I think those four are going to be the ones to watch in qualifying.
Indeed. So we'll just go over the teams as we. So AMS Drive, Janinja, Jacob, Moritz, Term, and then for NRX we have Chasta, Loveland, Jacob N, NRM, KVS, Levi, and Rizzy. And I believe Caesar that Rizzy and someone else, isn't it? They're on debut tonight for NRX. Is that correct?
It's Rizzy making his BFE debut for NRX tonight, and Jacob does the same, but for AMS, of course. So yeah, making your debut for a team in the tournament in the semi-final. It's a big ask for them, but I'm sure they prepared well to deliver for that team.
Indeed. So the first lap will be set by KVS. And he's just coming through Sector 1 right now. He's going down the Wellington Straight right now. There's already yellows. Bit of a car park in Sector 3 already. KVS, what's he going to set for us in Sector 1? It is a 27.3 as he goes into Brookland and Luffield. Keeping it close and then just drift the car out wide and bring it back in for a second kiss of the apex to get you out on the little right-hander of Woodcut, and then down to Copse, famous for the Hamilton and Verstappen incident. And then we go into one of the most famous S's in anywhere on the F1 circuit, Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Very cautious going through there. Now down the hanger straight into Stowe. Trying to get early on the throttle down the Vale, where I was sat 3 years ago on the corner of Vale. And then round Club to finish the lap off, and the time for everyone to beat is at 1:26.456.
That's a good banker.
It is. James Blunt is in the chat. Good evening.
Amos Drive.
Troy.
Amos Drive about to cross the line. He's 3/10 down on KVS in the second sector. Let's see what he's going to do. At 26.9 for the AMS Drive for 5/10 off pole.
Indeed. Who else have we got? I think that's Moritz coming around club now. Levi goes in on the mediums at 26.5 on the mediums, and Moritz with 26.3.
Atomic invalidated his first one, about to start another. Chester crossed the line P3 with 126.5. Then we have one of the AlphaTauris, so the mechanics. Oh no, it's Rizzy, it's 26.3.
Yeah, good lap from the guy on debut. And then
his teammate AlphaTauri on top again, Rose. 26.2 for Jacob.
That's the times are getting better. AMS Jacobs, there's two Jacobs tonight. The battle of the Jacobs being won by the NRX version at the moment. Right round, baby, right round is AMS Jacob, and you can't park there, sir.
Oh,
Shasta.
And then I think who it is? Oh, it's Loveland. Loveland joined him there. By spinning.
Yeah, Loveland's gone. Right round, baby, right round is NRX Loveland in the Red Bull. Decent banker, says the chat. PSR account in the chat. Jacob N, Silverstone, Sweat, MKP. Good evening in the chat. So 4 drivers yet to set a lap, and that's Janinja, Term, Atomic.
Atomic backed off.
He looks like
He's at the point 07 in the middle sector. It's not going to improve.
And then Loveland obviously giving it the big spinner. So some very good bankers. Caesar.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I see NRX Levi on the 26.5 on the mediums on a banker. It's very impressive as well, considering the mediums are about 5-6 tenths lower than the soft tires around here. So yeah, very good one from him.
Yeah, and that's been picked up already by PSR Troy in the chat. 26.5 on mediums, question mark. What a goat he is. Fresh Key in the chat, good evening. Gurky Singh, good evening, welcome to the chat. And the account is up to 438 followers, Caesar. Quite a good improvement. Do you reckon we can get 450 tonight?
450? Ah, that would be great, yeah, obviously. Let's see if we can get 500 by the end of the season.
Ooh.
It's very ambitious, but I think we can do it.
One of your semi-finals not being hosted on your channel, remember? Oh, drive invalidates. At Stowe. AMS Term about to start us off on a lap. He's on the medium tyre, has all the potential to get popped.
Oh, my graphic says he's on soft, but he's clearly on medium, so very interesting.
Just a bit of tyre warm up. Do you want to take him through the lap for us, Caesar?
Yes, I will. Coming around the final corner for AMS Term, he's about to start a lap on the new start-finish straight on the beautiful track of Silverstone. Going into turn 1, you will have to cut the curb almost with 4 wheels, and he does so. Into turn 2 he goes, and then turn 3, the first real corner, he brakes around 100 meter, goes into the apex, takes a wide line for the second corner, and then a nice exit coming up to the Wellington straight. Then as he passes a car parked on the left side of the track, no problem for him. Luckily this time, as he does a 27.4 in the first sector, going into Brooklyn's now with a double apex to the right, and then and he lags a bit for me. And he takes a wide line, good exit to the old start-finish straight. Now approaching cops at nearly 200 miles an hour. Let's see how he takes this. He has to hit the curb not to get loose on the rear, and he gets very close on the exit to the track limits there. As we go into Mackett's backers now, very fast, right, left, right. As he has a car a bit in front of him, he might get a slipstream now from his teammate AMX MXR. Maybe the slipstream wasn't optimal, but at least it still helped him now entering the Stowe corner. He does it very well now, approaching the last chicane. We'll have to hook up the inside curb on the left to get a very good exit to the right, and then onto the new start finish again. Oh, he gets slightly loose on the exit there, and he sets a 26.7. That's still a quite impressive lap, considering especially how much time he lost in the final sector, I reckon. But of course, he still had a slipstream. It's a decent lap for AMS Term. 2 tenths by The only other driver on mediums right now, which is NRX Levi.
Yeah.
Currently P8 for the AMS driver.
Yeah, fantastic lap from Term. Levi has chosen the soft tyre. Good evening to Ruben Adams. I'm very well, sir. And here goes, I'm going to call him Moritz, but you can call him MXR.
MXR, yeah.
And he's just under MXR, and he's just under a 10th up in Sector 1. He got a little bit of a tow from his teammate. So he's looking to improve. He needs a 10th.5 to get himself on provisional pole. As he comes up now to Copse Corner. Again, taking a load of curb. Easy to invalidate on the left-hand side on exit. Through Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. Here he goes. Is there another car? Is it that his teammate in the distance picking him up for a little tow?
A 0.7.
It's AMS Jacob. This is looking good from MXR. Down into the final couple of corners we go. Into Vale and Club. This looks good. And it is a 126.251, 2/1000ths of a second.
That's very close.
It is indeed. Loveland's gone into P3 with a 126.2, and then
Levi goes into pole. 26.178. Well,
yeah. There's an Alpha Tauri and a McLaren coming through. Chaster's a 10th up coming through Stowe. Heat waves in the chat. Good evening to you, sir. So Chester coming through Vale and Club this time. Has he managed to keep that 10th? Yep, 1.5 tenths. He's up to P7, a 126.4. And it's very tight in that middle section again. Caesar just 3 tenths of a second split in first and KVS down in 8th. Oh, there's our first retirement then. That would be
AMS Jacob.
Mr. AMS Jacob.
Ooh, did he crush it? Did he crush it there?
Yeah, he did. He decided he wanted to have a look at what the burger van was selling at Maggots,
yeah.
and he's had a little trip into the barrier.
Yes, in the barriers on the right, indeed. Oh, KVS. By 1,000 of a second. Driver's teammate.
Incredible.
And not only that, but also the gap between P3 and P4 is obviously still 2,000s as well. Incredible. But Jacob's on the lap, approaching Maggots and Beckett's 5,000ths of a second. He was slower in the first sector. Let's see what he does in the second one. 12,000 up. Alright. I think he did have a slipstream on his banker, so I'm not sure if he's going to improve this one, but at least the cornering in the Stowe was very good. Let's see if he really attacks the chicane right now. He has to, if he wants to improve his time, as he hooks out the curb on the right, which is very useful in a league racing scene, but he goes for 26.1.
Yeah, so he's made about a 10th of a second, and that's him up to P3. We got some new viewers, first-time viewers in the chat. Good evening, Ryan Walsh and Cole Braxton. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. So, it looks like NRX have the early advantage with MXR leading the way for AMS in P4. And just going back to that previous race involving AMS, Caesar, what a race to commentate on that one at Japan.
Yeah, it
was absolutely fantastic.
It was. Let's see if these two teams can replicate that. And now ironically, now AMS term is on the softs, but my graphic says he's on the mediums.
Nice, so you're going for the switcheroo. I've got him on the softs and I'm on board with AMS term, so we'll follow him all the way through to see the differential between the mediums and the softs, or the softs and the mediums for you, Caesar, as we go on board with term for a lap. Good evening, Timothy0908 and Matty1929. First time viewers in the chat as well. So we got a lot of first time viewers. Hopefully they hit that follow button, Caesar. We're only 10 away now from 450. And he's AMS term is just over a 10th up, come through sector 1 with a little bit of help from his teammate Ninja. Down through Woodcut he goes, down to Cops. Quibaldo, good evening to you in the chat as well, and he looks like he's hooked up Cops very well. Only a slight lift. Maggots and Beckett's flat through the first one, drops it down to 7th, 6th, down into 5th, rides the curb on the right, and that's an invalidation.
4/10 up. Ooh.
Oh, he's 4/10 up as well, yeah. Just see him get out of he got out of shape coming through Beckett's, and that really hampered his exit on Chapel. We're getting into the crunch minutes though. 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes to go. Ninja, the next one to start a lap, and we're getting into those high pressure situations now, Caesar. A 10th could mean everything here.
Yeah, well, even a few thousands still, as it looks like, because top 3 is still within 9 thousandths of a second.
Quibaldo saying hello to you in the chat as well, Caesar.
Hello, mate. Yeah, yeah, Caesar is the name. Yeah, it's a very, it's a very godly name.
So Ninja getting a tow this time from Term, so reversing the team ethics. Yellow flag in sector 1. No one's lost it. I think people just moving themselves out of the way. Oh, Ninja's lost it coming out of Luffield, and that'll be his lap over.
Oh.
On board with Rizzy now for NRX. Final laps coming thick and fast. We'll try and keep on board with everyone as they cross the line. Smeggy says Jacob Bottle. MKP looks like he's a big Rizzy fan. He's spamming the Rizzies in capital letters as we watch him come through Cops now. Let's see if he's fully flat. Oh, he's kept it fully flat as well, Caesar, through there. The first time I've seen a driver go through there fully flat. What's he got coming through here?'s got a bit of traffic up in front of him.
Yeah, I think he did get
him wide
a bit there by MSJ Ninja.
Yeah.
Yes, he run wide.
Maybe, yeah, Ninja's maybe just pushed him wide there. That may be one that could be in with his stewards later. But AMS Drive I've got coming through Maggots and Beckett's, unless you got anyone a little bit closer.
Nope, I don't. AMS Drive is at 3/10 up at 2.9 middle sector. He's gonna face some heavy traffic in the last sector. At least 3-4 cars.
Yeah, there's
waiting there.
There's an Aston Martin parked on the apex lot as well.
Ooh.
So Drive coming through Vale and Club now. What's he got in the locker for his final lap? And it's P9, a 4/10 improvement, and it's a 1:26.5.
KVS is almost a 10th up. He's at a 2.6 middle sector. This could be a 25. Ooh, it's a 26.0.
26.0 from KVS.
Next one.
So next one to cross the line will be MXR, I believe.
Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, I missed his first sector 1 time. But sector 2 split shortly coming up after he's done this beautiful assist, and I think, he did cut that, I think, on the inside, but the game has given it to him.
He's been lucky
2.8,
there, but he's lost time with that unusual line going through.
Loveland 1/2 ends up, he's faster than KVS in the second sector. Now down into, so is this going to be the first 25? Loveland
flick to Loveland
entering the last chicane.
Oh, MXR's lost it coming out of Club.
Is that going to bring any trouble for Loveland there? Oh, he loses the rear. Oh.
Right, McLaren time of not Chester, it's Levi coming round Club. What's he got? Teammate trying to get out of the way. It's a 26.008.
Atomic P6. And then we
Chester's
have
invalidated.
Durham. No, he's not on the lap. And that's it, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Ooh, so it's an NRX 1 to 4.
NRX 1 to 4 indeed, led by Levi, and no square, no problem. If you're NRX this evening, that was a big talk that no square in the lineup tonight. But Levi stood up when it counted the most, and its first strike in this first semi-final to NRX. What a qualifying session, Caesar. Really good. Loads of different times and close times being set. Look how close it is there. 4/10 of a second now between first and ninth.
Ooh, that's very close. Yeah, all the times are very good. So close to the 25 mark. But yeah, NRX takes the qualifying win, if we have to call it like that.
Indeed. So we'll just recap over the qualifying results, and it's Levi, NRX Levi, who takes pole position with a 1:26.008, and he's about 8/100ths clear of his NRX teammate KVS. Jacob N and Loveland make it a row 1 and 2 lockout, and then it's row 3 lockout for MXR and Atomic. Rizzy on debut in P7. AMS Jacob, who we saw go for a hot dog at Maggots, he is in P8. And then it's Chasta, Drive, Term and Ninja who are going to have the free tyre choice. The race is coming up in a few moments.
Start time, we will report it to you guys as soon as possible.
Indeed. I'm going to take this moment to have a quick sip of a drink and stuff. I'll put the intermission screen on, Caesar. If you want to keep him entertained, you feel free.
Yeah, I will. Thank you, Rose. So yeah, currently waiting on the two team bosses to agree on a start time for the race. Usually they wait around 2 to 3 minutes to still discuss some strategies. Alright, and I'm confirmed that they will start at 27 past 8. So in about 2 minutes time. So yeah, AMS having the two drivers in P11 and P12, they will surely be starting on the mediums. So they will do the alternate strategy. Will be crucial to see how well that strategy will take their advantage, as it did look like they were committed to the alternate strategy. But yeah, it's going to be difficult with NRX 1 to 4 and also the other two drivers in the top 9. For AMS Ninja, it's becoming a bit of a habit to qualify at the back, but usually in the races, he does some very good racecraft and gains some positions back. On average, he gains around 7 positions per race. So let's see if he can replicate the same thing tonight. As we hit 27, so we'll expect the drivers to ready up anytime now. Remember, there's of course no formation lap, so we will go straight into the race once the 5 lights go out. As we have the clock ticking down from 30 seconds to 0, and we will be underway very shortly.
Right, that's me back ready for race time.
So yeah, after a very long season, it started back in August. We now are down to 4 teams: AMS, NRX, the course ERL, and now we go out for the first semi-final. AMS, NRX 5 lads go out. That was quite a long haul, but we are underway in this first semi-final as we have Loveland making a very good start, already pulling out to the side of KVS. NRX is still 1 to 4 going into turn 1. Then MX are closing in on KVS down into turn 3. But it does look like everything is going well for all the drivers. No contact, no drivers lose position. And as I stated, that it's the Commentators curse. NRX briefly spins around on the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, just caught that on the rear view of MXR. It looked like he maybe a little bit of wheel banging, and he just went right round by baby, right round, and not a good start for the guy on debut in Rizzy. As Levi leads away 6 tenths from Jacob N, so a fairly clean start for the first corner at least. That fast right-hander does have potential to mix it up a little bit.
So yeah, all things apart from obviously Rizzy spinning, all things very well went clean. Into the first lap stage we see AMS MXR closing in on KVS. Around 1.5 tenths gap. Let's see if he can try to make a move into Stowe there, but he does stay behind the Red Bull.
Yeah, we got some more first-time viewers in FRT Heaven, FRT Brood. Levi sets the fastest lap, as predicted, of a 1:31.9, and not to get beaten, I'm sure. But it's all looking pretty straightforward now for NRX, but they've got MXR right on the back of the 4-car train, looking to make a move up the inside. Is he there on KVS? No, he's not, and it's as you were. But Term and Janinja starting with a free tyre choice, Caesar, and they've gone for the medium, so the alt strat, and they'll be looking for I'm guessing a medium to soft.
Yeah, of course, AMS will try and do everything to get those 2 drivers to be in the train for at least the first 10 laps until the drivers on soft tires pit. But yeah, as there are mediums that they have Rizzy closing in very rapidly on the back of them, it will be difficult for them to maintain it.
Indeed, and just on board with Chasta going through Maggers and Beckett's now. He's got Drive and Atomic to get himself through, and is closing slowly as Loveland and KVS swap places, and that almost opens the door for AMS MXR to make the move. But so he sent it out the inside MXR on Loveland, who has to take avoiding action on the curb. And Loveland has another moment.
Atomic thinking about going for a move, but he chooses the better side of it and stays behind him into turn 1.
So Loveland again, maybe the rear's just overheating a little bit too much. As that moment coming out of club, we saw it in qualifying, and it's almost cost him 2 places there. And Atomic maybe a bit later on, if that had happened in the race, maybe he would have sent it. But MXR come back from about 2-3 temps up there, Caesar, and sent it into Vale. A very brave move on lap 3, but Loveland maybe saw it coming, I don't know, but he left a good amount of room, and that's brave.
FRT Jack's asking for the current score. I can confirm the current score is, I believe 73 to NRX and 29 to AMS. So yeah, as it stands now, NRX are taking the win comfortably, but it's still lap 3. Literally anything can happen in BFP, and it always does. Yeah,
KVS and MXR both using about 50% of their battery as well on lap 3. Loveland as well is going to have Mr. Atomic for... We'll go on board with Loveland again and just see what his exit out of clubs like this time around. Yeah, the upshift to 5th this time. As look at that,
that's a bit of a train, yeah. It's fastest left train as well. Not only DRS, but also fastest left train. And they're still in one train. as I say that, that's
Oh! MXR's Wi-Fi there just teleported him off the track and back on, and that wouldn't have been easy for Loveland for that split second to find out where he was. But the most important thing is that Atomic and Love is not in DRS range, and that's allowed Chasta to go round the outside at Brooklands. Bit of contact.
He luckily backed out of it, otherwise looked like he would have ended up outside of the track. But luckily Chasta chose the better way in that battle. But crucially now, AMS drivers lost DRS to NRX Loveland.
Yeah, so the last time we commentated, I believe the field was split in half, and it looks like again we're seeing it. The Rizzy chants are continuing as well. Big support for Rizzy.
Levi has 76% DRS out in front.
Jacob's 70% behind him. KVS has depleted almost all of his batteries, down to 35%. And Levi showing some great race pace, is picked up by Moo Moo Milk. Lando's already predicting a NRX win. Anything can happen in these 6v6s, as we've seen all across season 3 at BFE. It can change in a nutshell. The pendulum can swing from one team to another in the matter of laps, and that could be through spins, time penalties, safety cars, even down a strategy. But so far it's looking comfortable for NRX.
And as we say that, and it's a full DRS train again, apart from Rizzy. And it's still what AMS wants, I think, to get those guys on an alternate strategy to keep close.
Yeah, Jacob getting very close to the back of Chasta as we go through Cops. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the quicker boys of Ninja and Term can do on this alternate strategy, and they're going to be two drivers definitely to watch towards the end of the Grand Prix. They're going to be very light cars, very low on fuel, and they both have very good pace as well. So, one to watch out for in about 15 laps time, I'd say. But
as the bit of action we've had in opening laps, it's a bit of calm down. Drivers are just pushing all the way, but still staying behind each other in the DRS train. All gaps are at least 3 or 4 tenths as well, so looks like the drivers are patient.
Someone mentioning mic issues. I hope it's not me. Let me just check a moment.
Yeah, it's me probably. Yeah, my mic isn't very good. I'm working on it, but it's better than some others. So. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, someone in the chat said it's me. Yeah, I can't really work on it, guys. I'm sorry if if it really annoys you, but I do think it's still good to be accepted. So.
I've heard worse, and I've co-commentated with worse. Trust me.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say.
We both had that discussion before the chat tonight, and really the talk around the server and stuff was obviously the notable absence of NRX Square tonight, who is BFE's, I would say, he's BFE's most informed driver.
Yeah, he has the highest driver rating, which is a thing we've been keeping track of for around, I think, a month now. I think he has a driver rating of 98, which is by far the highest of them all. He won, I think, almost all of his races. He did. Yeah, incredible driver. He is. But yeah, will NRX be missing him tonight? As it stands, it doesn't look like it, because they still have a 1-3 without him.
Indeed. Oh, as Term has a little wobble in the dirty air of Jacob coming out of Chapel. Not Chapel, even. Farm. And he's doing well to keep on the back of these soft runners. He'd be very glad of all this DRS he's getting. Peng Mike. Mike is fine, so it's not me. That's good to hear.
The pit window, I think the optimal pit window for the soft drivers is around lap 9 if you want to go very early, but mostly lap 10 or 11. Obviously the medium drivers will continue till at least, I expect, lap 15 or 16 if they want to extend it a bit longer. So I expect drivers to come in within 2-3 laps of now.
MXR getting very close to the back of KVS as we go through, and Terms managed to get past Jacob a little bit further down, but MXR he had the potential to send that again into Vale, but no such luck this time, and he's really pushing as Loveland sets the fastest lap of a 1:29.1.
Oh, driver loses it on the curb on the inside of turn 2. I just caught that on my screen. He just went on.
Yeah.
He just went on the inside on the curb, and he lost it.
Yeah,
and he's now at the back.
Right round, baby. Right round is AMS drive. And he finds
Chester and Term side, but Chester and Atomic side by side. Chester on the inside. Atomic trying for the switchback, but the McLaren is through.
Yeah, it's very hard to get the switch back there. Chester plays out McLaren very well, and Chester now making it 5 NRX drivers within the top 6, so just increasing that advantage a little bit now.
But all of a sudden, Chester has a 2.7 second gap to Loveland. That's massive in the space of a half a lap, I think. That's big for this race.
And
oh, Jacob gets a time penalty, and he lets his teammate change a pass. So the Aston Martin's on the charge.
Here we go. Pit windows open on lap 8, and 2 drivers already coming in, and that's Jacob and KVS. So they've triggered.
And also,
it's not an undercut.
Chester and Atomic as well.
Yeah. So Chester maybe pulling an undercut, and that promotes Term up to P4. So the medium boys up to 4th and 5th, and they will take the lead of the Grand Prix at some point. Maybe covering off the undercut of MXR Caesar by pulling a couple of drivers in early. So maybe a good call, and that's the advantage when you've got that top 4. You can split them in two to pull the undercut, 2 to pull the over, and cover off both angles of assault from AMS.
Yeah, that's the kind of luxury position they are in right now, with so many drivers in the top classified positions.
Indeed, and Levi out of DRS of MXR, so you want to put the hammer down a little bit MXR and try and get a little bit of DRS coming through. I don't think he's going to make it. It's very tight. Oh no, through the detection zone he didn't get it, so that could have helped him with the overcut, but he's got Mr. Loveland behind now, 9/10 of a second. And Loveland's 2.5 tenths up on his PB as well, so Loveland really putting a good in-lap in. Depleting all the battery, as is MXR, so we expect... There goes Levi and MXR and Loveland into the pit, so the new race leader now will be AMS Term on the mediums, followed by his teammate Janinja. So it's all change.
And Jacob staying out as well.
Interesting. Term and Janinja trading fastest laps as well, so they've had some good laps as well, and they really need to put the hammer down now and really push and make this medium strategy work. And the chat, as most of Formula 1 fans worldwide, now talking about the real life Formula 1 Caesar between Mr. Verstappen and Mr. Hamilton.
But as we talk about that, the McLaren and the Mercedes are coming out of the pits. Where do they emerge? And it's Levi just in the lead, then we have KVS, MXR and Loveland. So it's pretty much unchanged, I think. Ooh, Jacob goes a bit wide there on the entry of turn 4, side by side with his teammate. But he keeps his position.
Yeah, they've come out as you were, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they were. Luckily, Codemasters added a new setting to the game. It's the pit release option. It's been here for quite a while now. But it looks like it has worked this time. So no drivers get unfairly held up in the pits.
Good call. So Jacob and Drive staying out on the tyres. Are they going to come in now? No,
No.
they're going to continue to stay out.
I think he's doing this so in case he can stay within the DRS of the drivers in front, because it will only gain time. It's around 7 tenths, maybe 6 tenths with DRS.
But Driver stayed out as
Ooh.
well, and he's really in no man's land. So that's an interesting one.
Will he be in order to stay out and hold up the guys in front, maybe?
Possibly. Let's see how it pans out. Jezzy, Sam, Cole, Griffiths. Good evening, first time chatters this evening. Welcome to the stream. Rizzy's boxed as well down in P12. So if Rizzy can get a little bit of a wiggle on, he might be able to get Drive potentially.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, because Drive's tires will obviously wear out very quickly. I don't know exactly what the maximum tire life of the soft tires are. It's in Silverstone. I reckon around 13, 14 laps maybe, 15. But it will certainly not be the best strategy to stay out. So I reckon, like I said earlier, he's been ordered to hold up the guys in front. So we do a quick warning update. Term has 1 warning, J-Ninja has 2, Jacob obviously has the penalty +1, Drive has 0, Levi has 0, Jacob has 1, KVS has 1, MXR has 0, NRX Loveland has 1, Chest has 1, AMS Atomic has 1, NRX Rissy has 1, and that is it.
And news from an alternate competition tonight is FRA have beaten Decorus.
Honestly, I didn't catch up much of the race, but I do think it was quite a good one. Congrats FRA on going through to the semi-finals. It was semi-finals, I think it is. I haven't been following that group that much, but the bits I saw were very close. So, but yeah, going on with the race tonight, we still have. It's now AMS 1 to 3, of course, with Jacob still close to him, but yeah. They all haven't pitted yet, and I think when they pit, they will come out around, I would say, 4 or 5 seconds behind the leading train. Well, the provisional leading train.
Yeah, and Loveland in the last lap set the fastest lap of a 1:28.8, and he'll be looking to close that gap to MXR, who has got himself into an NRX sandwich. As he looks to make inroads, but that gap now 12 seconds between Drive and Levi, and that's coming down every lap. I think Levi must be lapping at least a second quicker than Drive right now, but Jacob continues, so does Drive, as we head into lap 13. But this battle between MXR, Loveland and KVS is probably the closest one on track, although just keep one eye on Atomic. He's half a second behind Chester, who doesn't have DRS to the car in front, so maybe we'll see a move there coming up shortly.
On the last few laps, Levi and Jacob only gained 3 tenths to the leaders, so I think they still have quite a lot of space in those tires, but yeah, we expect them to pit in around 2 to 3 laps as the mediums will wear out, but most importantly, the softs will be the fastest tire and they will make it from that lap onwards.
Yeah, a prediction in the chat is that Jacob and Drive are hanging themselves out for a safety car.
Yeah, that could be the only reason why. I mean, Jacob is obviously being pulled along by J-Ninja in the DRS train, but Drive is 10 seconds behind.
Not now, he's not. He's pitted. Jacob has come into the box.
So
as MXR now is coming down the hangar straight, and he's still just over a tenth of a second behind KVS, and still can't make that move stick. Drive continues.
Okay. So yeah, he could be hoping for a safety car indeed. But yeah, as MXR, that's the fastest lap of the race. 28.7 in lap 13. I think Jacob hasn't lost that much time because he's 1.1 second behind Atomic as he returns
sort of
back on track.
As you were, really, with that.
But he obviously still has a 3-second time penalty he picked up in the opening stages.
And Loveland still hanging on to the back of MXR, and not really a lot of movement going on around the track. They're in a train apart from MXR as Janinja and Term switch places as they come through Stone. We expect to see them in about...
Yeah,
oh,
as you say that.
in now.
Janinja pits.
It's that beautiful... Oh, Levi's disconnected.
He's disconnected. I will invite him straight away. That's very unlucky, so I'm trying my best to invite him as soon as possible.
As Janinja comes into the pits, as we said, for softs, and he's just coming out of the pit lane as Jacob N comes through to take what will be the provisional lead. AMS drive continues on 14 lap tyres, and he will be feeling them now.
He's ahead of Chester. Okay.
Wow.
That must have been a very good stint from Janinja there.
Yeah, they were setting some decent times. If I go to a gap off the leader, he's going to drop him between Levi and Janinja Term if he pits now. But Levi's still on a Ghost, and he's just taken back his car now, I believe.
Yeah, is he back in the session?
It looks like it, because his car's not ghosted anymore.
Very unfortunately.
He's got a Mr. Janinja on the soft tyres to deal with straight away as soon as he comes back. And it's that old, he's behind you. As my timing board is, my timing thing's gone for...
Yeah, mine has as well. So that's a bit unfortunately by the game. First disconnecting Levi and now not showing us the gaps.
As Janinja does get past Levi up into Stowe Corner. So Janinja is up into P7, provisional P5, and this overcut from AMS really paying off.
And there we go. I think the gaps are back. AMS MXR outside of the screen overtook NRM KVS. But yeah, Janinja now 4 seconds behind, and he will be pushing towards the back of NRX Loveland Red Bull.
Yeah, so MXR makes it a provisional P2 for AMS and get himself on the podium.
Saying that, Term has stayed out for another lap.
Indeed. MXR is now getting very close to Jacob N, and we might see him take a hit for the provisional lead here. Obviously, Jacob's lost his DRS train with Levi unfortunately disconnecting, so Jacob's going to be under all sorts of pressure coming along the hangar straight.
His ERS will be working, however, because he's got around 20% extra over MXR.
Yeah. Is that going to save him? He takes a very, very wide line.
Term in the pits.
Let's see where Term comes out. We'll stay on board with MXR as he looks to make the move. Is he going to make it? We've seen one audacious move from him before. He's squeezed by Jacob to the outside. Left him no track whatsoever to play with. Aggressive but okay defending, I would say. And round Vale and Club we go. Where is Term? Term's just left the box. Jacob's coming down the pit straight now. Term, I still can't get an on board. Janinja sets the fastest lap.
He'll be around half the train. Behind Atomic, I think. Just about ahead of Atomic. So I think with those extra 2 laps he lost out big. Because he is now around 3 seconds behind his teammate in Aston Martin, Janinja.
Indeed, and MXR is on the charge. Drive on 16 lap old soft.
I'm not sure how long those tires will last around here. I know the mediums can go for the whole race if you really go on tire saving, but I'm not sure about the softs. Jacob's 2.6 seconds behind.
Back for the battle for the provisional lead as we go through Maggers and Beckett's for the 17th time tonight. And it's pretty even Stevens, I'd say. Term allowed to go past Jacob, and he'll be back. He's right on the back at Chester as well. Look how close he is coming out of Chapel, and this could be another move for Term.
Yeah. I think he's pulling up to the side. Yeah.
MXR gets past
Jacob.
Jacob
For the
as
lead,
well,
for the race
up.
lead. Professional race lead.
Yeah. So AMS are coming back strong.
Yeah, they are. Ninja 2.4 second captain NRX Loveland, and it's coming down as I speak.
And now they're saying that AMS drive's going to be used as a blocker instead.
Yeah, I called it in the opening laps as well, around lap 10-11, when he just didn't pit. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what he can do. I don't think that his softs can last much longer. So yeah, maybe he will be. Well, he will obviously be helping AMS and MXR to get DRS.
Yeah, there is some obvious wear on his tyres that you can see.
Yeah, the lines on the tires,
Blisters.
especially left front, yeah, right front as well.
Yeah, there's blisters left front for sure, easily visible now with the onboard cam. And he doesn't want to hold up his teammate MXR too much.
But he still keeps in front in the S's, so although he doesn't want to hold him up, he does eventually do that right now. Luckily, AMS and MXR loads with DRS. But I reckon Jacob will get past him as well now.
Yeah, maybe. Let's stay on board with Jacob. There goes MXR.
It's going to be very close. Oh, he turns in!
Oh,
and he turns in! Oh, and he gets hit by his teammate! And Loveland hit his teammate!
Oh no!
3 NRX drivers involved!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, and Levi's now hit the back of KVS as well. So 4 drivers all smashing into each other. Loveland has that wobble out of club as well, and that's an absolute nightmare, not only for Jacob N, but for NRX as well.
Crucial, Ninja gets a 3-second time penalty. That's gonna be big for the final laps of the race.
Whoa! I've just seen Term give it one of the biggest sends I've seen in a long time. That was unbelievable. Out of farm. He's just come out of nowhere. I just went on board with the front of Levi and just seen this Aston Martin come flying across. Term, a do or die send. And he's up into P5. Whoa, that even shocked me.
That was an exciting, but also a bit chaotic 2 laps, because those 2 laps have changed the course of this race massively.
Who's got damage? That's the question.
I think Loveland and KVS might have damage because they were right in front, or right behind Jacob when he spun. Oh, Term on the outside. He gets pushed wide slightly.
He's going to get the inside line here into Vale, and that's going to be Term up to P4. No, he's going to hold it on the inside KVS. Battle of the traction, locking wheels.
Oh, he gets pushed wide.
Term's going to hold it though and take P4.
He did extend the track there. But yeah. AMS drive still staying out on 19 laps old. Softs.
Oh, Ninja drove into the side of Levi. Coming out of turn just before Village.
Loveland
Ben has to pit
on the inside of drive, and he gets the move done.
That's a beautiful move from NRX Loveland.
It has been off guard a bit, but Loveland 2.8 seconds behind MXR. No.
And now Term gets round the outside.
KVS gets boxed in by AMS drivers. He goes round the outside of drive, in cops, and he gets the move done.
What a move by KVS. You've got to have a steel set of cojones to go around the outside of Cops, as we saw in the real life race. This time it was Red Bull versus Williams, not Mercedes. And he had to make that move there, but now here comes Levi now on AMS drive. And we saw an incident before. Is Levi going to send it? Yes, he is late on the brakes. AMS drive concedes
he will.
position
He goes into the pits.
Here he goes. So he's... I was just about to say done his job, but spinning Jacob N probably wasn't part of the job.
Oh, Jacob has spun, yeah. Jacob has spun in the final chicane.
I'm just about to watch Term, I think, take P2 in the race. Loveland defends it. Term looks for the switchback. Look at the traction difference. He's going to switch it back again and go up the inside. Little wobble, but he's going to make it. He's going to make it stick on the exit of Village. But Loveland's not letting this go. But he's got the inside line now as we go into Brooklands. Term now up to P2, but Loveland's still fighting it. And I think he's going to have to give it up there. So it's an AMS 1-2 now as Janinja gets past Levi. And they're going to go side by side on the exit of Woodcut as well. So the race is just spiced up.
Levi, Janinja side by side in the Cops. And Levi gets caught out a bit by the curbs on the exit there. And he gets past. Loveland gets time penalty. Ooh, Loveland.
Oh no.
Well, Janinja obviously has one as well. So the nearest AMS driver behind him will be Atomic. So luckily for the team, it won't matter that much.
No, and Term 2.9 second gap to MXR, and with a tyre difference, you imagine that'll be caught up very quickly. And the laps have disappeared quite quickly with all that action season. There's only 4 laps to go. But Janinja now, his next target is the 2 Red Bulls of KVS and Loveland, and I think we might be on to see an AMS 1-3 podium here.
As it stands now, the current score is 54 for AMS and 48 for NRX pre-stewarding. So, yeah, let's see what we can expect from the rest of the race. I think we have... Well, Loveland's still close on the back of Term, but Term is gaining to MXR. So he might be able to get DCRS very soon. Janinja, of course, still at the back of KVS as Jacobs is the fastest lap, the 27.5 on the subcompound tire.
He had to box, it looks like, unfortunately, for a new front wing after contact with Drive and then his teammate, and then that obviously started the domino effect of NRX drivers smashing into each other. I don't know why. I don't know what happens when it's me and you in the box, Caesar, but we always seem to get a race full of action.
There's always something happening when we are in the box, yeah. It's, yeah.
Ninja just has a little feint at KVS, looking to send it up the inside. And Terms knocks 7/10 of a second out, but Loveland now's lapping 4. He's just beat his PB by 4.5 tenths. So Loveland now is putting that hammer down. Janinja up the inside, late on the brakes, is contact
again. Contact.
And KVS is going to go up the inside, but Janinja's going to have the better traction as we go on the outside.
Oh, they touch.
Oh, the contact again, but look at the differential.
They're side by side. Going into Brooklands, and Term holds it. I think Janinja holds it on the outside. He does.
He does.
But he still has the 3-second penalty. He has the penalty, so you have to gain at least 3 seconds to stay in front.
Indeed. So some decent overtakes, and that reverse strap working a treat for Term and Janinja.
The KVS might be able to get him back as Janinja doesn't have the arrest yet, and his red light is also flashing.
No, here we go. KVS on Janinja, up into Stowe, and he does take that place back, and Levi almost comes.
Oh, he gives it. Janinja's he goes on the outside. What a move!
Whoa! What a move from Janinja down into there we go. What a recovery that
That's
was.
extraordinary. How did
He's
he keep
coming
that?
back at him now as we go around the final corner. Well, I didn't expect that. That shows a difference maybe between a bit of confidence from Janinja, the faster tyres, and we've seen some moves tonight.
I think the current
MXR.
score as it stands is 53 for AMS and 49 to NRX. So it's still very, very close.
So KBS still hanging off the back of the Aston Martin and Janinja, and we may see them go to battle again. And I think if KBS and Levi can get Janinja, maybe that swings it. But them time penalties for Janinja and Loveland, and maybe even Jacob down in P9, who's got himself 6 seconds, I think it is.
Yeah, he does. So he will likely
yeah.
lose the position to Rizzy as well.
Yeah, and that'll please Gurky Singh in the chat.
As Janinja starts to weave a bit, but KVS is going past again.
Up the
Okay,
inside,
replicated on the outside, he does not. KVS chooses the better line.
He's going for it. He's coming. Oh, he's wise to it this time, but he's going to send it. He's going to send it. Janinja down the inside into Vale for the second lap in a row. And he says, you can have it for a split second, KVS, but I'm having it straight back off you. And 2 laps to go at Silverstone. So he had to go even wider to make that one.
Yeah.
So Gurky Singh, a text along the bottom of the screen will tell you when the next race is. It is Sunday, and it's Decorus in action versus ERL.
KVS still very close on the back of Janinja.
Yeah, I'm going to change the graphic up to the penalties and the gap to leader, just so people can get to a little bit of an idea.
Oh,
just the time
Oh, that won't matter anything as it stands now. I see Jacob behind him, but Jacob has penalties as well.
And here goes that battle again, that freeway battle for P4 between Janinja, KVS, and Levi's now.
He's out of ERS. Levi closing as well.
Make it move?
Ooh.
Whoa!
Janinja does a late move and he stays behind him.
Janinja, is he going to look for that outside one again? No, here comes Levi though. Is he going to...
Ooh, that was very close between Janinja and KVS there.
Levi could have sent it there as we start the final lap, and it's AMS MXR that leads from term. Loveland is going to drop, but his teammate's going to take over the podium place as it stands. What's the gap? 3.6 to Janinja, who's going to drop as well. So
he's going to drop as well.
Levi getting close. Jacob gets a time penalty further down, but that's going to be irrelevant. Levi looks round the outside at Club. Not Club even. We'll try Luffield instead. Levi's got to make this move, I think. See, this could be race defining.
Yeah.
He's got 40% battery as well.
40%. Janinja's on 5. Yeah. Atomic gets a penalty. Ooh, that's crucial. Oh, it's not actually.
Yeah.
No, Risky is still behind him a lot.
Right, Levi. You've got to dump everything here, mate. KVS weaving in front. He's got to defend for his life. Levi's going to have to send this round the outside into Club. But back to the leader, AMS MXR in the Mercedes, comes round Club for the final time to take the checkered flag from term. Loveland's going to come home provisionally in P... Oh, he keeps P3. Loveland keeps P3. KVS comes home in P4, Janinja P5, Levi Chasta 6 and 7, Atomic 8th, Jacob 9th, Rizzy comes home in 10th.
It's 59 to 42. for AMS as it stands now, pre-stewarding. So yeah, well, that was that race. They had a bit of a turnaround in around lap 19, I think. So yeah, yeah, well, we might see some reports getting done, especially by NRX. But provisionally, AMS take the win with 9:59 over 42. I mean, sorry.
And I don't think that we'll go anywhere away from the fact that AMS Term deserves driver of the day.
Yeah, well, he started P11 and he's won.
Yeah.
Of P2, I mean, sorry. AMS FXR has won, obviously.
Indeed. Do you want to try and get Loveland and Jaffa in the box? And we'll have some interviews before we end off the stream. And as you do that, AMS have provisionally beaten NRX here at Silverstone after 2 wonder drives from Term and Janinja. MXR was in a world of his own out in the front. And that is the first of the 2 semi-finals from BFE. Decorus versus ERL coming your way on Sunday, and it will be on my own personal channel because I'm doing a 24-hour live stream that starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night to raise money and awareness for the charity Mind. We've got another Silverstone race, 100%. We've got 2.5 grids of drivers at the moment. If you're interested, please DM me after the race or at me in the BFE Discord and I'll get you involved. See you're racing tomorrow?
I am racing tomorrow, yeah. I was among the first 10 to sign up. But yeah, confirmed professional score is 59 for AMS and 42 to NRX.
Indeed, so yeah, so Sunday's race 7 o'clock. It will be on my personal channel, which is very kind of you, Caesar, and the owners of BFE and Decorus and ERL to let me do that. Obviously, the stream retimed to cover that off. Do they want to come in for interviews?
Let's give it a shot. Let's invite, I think, Loveland and Jeffa. Should we try it?
I've got Loveland now.
I will invite AMS Jeffa.
And here comes Gurky Singh. It's J Rose 1989. Is the Twitch channel? They're calling for an interview of Rizzy as well. Do we bring him in? The crowd.
I guess we'll just do. I think the two team bosses. The two team bosses are representative of the two teams tonight.
Both. Are both your audios included? So, Mr. Loveland, good evening.
Good evening.
A race that swung from one team to another right the way through, and obviously one race-defining moment that changed the outcome of the race dramatically from start to finish. How do you think your own personal race has gone tonight, and also the AMS, the NRX race as a team? Sorry.
Am I allowed to swear?
Rather not. Let's keep it.
Okay.
We know what happens, so let's keep it kind here.
Well, our race was going well. We had a 1 to 4. Then Merit's got me, so it was a 1 to 3. And then obviously you saw the dirty tactics come out, which I don't agree with, because he's literally ruined our race by being nowhere near us. And then he's obviously turned in on Jacob, even though he's literally in the middle of nowhere. You know, he's obviously on that strategy just to ruin our race, basically. And yeah, I just don't agree with it, and I think it's dirty. And I'd be surprised if that isn't penalised. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, some controversial words, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. Caesar, if you want to take it away with Jaffa.
Jaffa, AMS professionally taking the win. Well, yeah, because indeed of that incident, will be spoken a lot to about the stewards. And they changed the race. But did you expect in any way Ninja and Term to be so close to the leaders in the end of the race, starting on the ultimate strategy?
Hello. Okay, we're good. Sorry, my mic's.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Anyway, yeah, we knew from the start that the alternate strat was quite good, and obviously I wouldn't agree with most of those incidents that the other one was talking about, but I won't comment on anything else, and I told my guys not to celebrate a lot after the race, as I know there'll be a lot of incidents in a way.
Okay. I think that one wraps it up. I think the stewards are going to be busy, for sure.
Yeah, updates about that will be given hopefully in the upcoming few days. And yeah, with obviously the second semi-final inbound on Sunday. Well, I'd like to thank NRX Loveland and AMS Jaffa for taking part tonight. It was a good race. Well, it had some incidents like we spoke about. But yeah, thank you for the performance, and we'll see who we see back on track in the BFE final. Thank you for tonight, guys.
No problem.
Thanks.
So we're gonna do what I always do at the end of the streams, and we're going over to Raid. So we're gonna go over to Raid Beer and Kebab TV. A good friend of mine, a fellow commentator, who provides absolute fire through the mic. So we'll go over and raid him. So go over and show Beer and Kebab some love. He's streaming TIR Division 1 from Russia. So go over and thanks for everyone for tuning in. Some good comments. 9 followers away from 450. Before you leave, if you haven't hit that follow button, please do so and support the stream. Obviously, thank you to Caesar for co-commenting tonight, and I will see you all on my personal channel for the 24-hour stream tomorrow at 7 o'clock, which will end with the second semi-final between Decorus and ERL.
Did you guys